Brad Marchand, man. This is the guy. This is the Superman to the Toronto Maple Leafs Steppenwolf. This is the guy who does it all. He gets under his opponent's skin. He takes down Auston Matthews behind the net, and he gets away with it. It also leads to a beautiful go-ahead goal. Okay, we're not going to say beautiful. Let's throw out the adjectives here. The Toronto Maple Leafs have just lost Game 3 to the Boston Bruins at home and are now down 2-1 in the series. The score of this game was 4-2. But there are many things you can talk about in regards to this game. Firstly, where's Willie? Free Nylander? What's going on here? The fact that this guy played all 82 games and he has been hurt, missing, injured for the entire postseason thus far is intriguing. We can go out there and discuss that. I mean, oh, you want to talk about the scheduling, the flying over to Florida, Tampa Bay, end off the season, yada, 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 and now Nylander is out. He's practicing, but he's still not available to play. What's up with that? On the stage where the Toronto Maple Leafs debatably need him most, Willie Styles is out of the lineup, and it showed. Because the Maple Leafs only scored 2 goals in this game. Matthew Knies got everything started in the first period. Very nice goal assisted by Marner and Edmondson, so there you go. Mitch Marner finally has his first assist of the postseason this year. It is a beautiful setup across in front to Knies. Beautiful play, cross crease, and it beats Swayman 1-0. Trent Frederic, though, then ties it up with 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes, excuse me, in the second period. That's when Brad Marchand takes down Matthews at the blue line. No call, but we'll get into the no calls and stuff later in the video. Trent Frederic goes right down the left wing, fires from an angle, and he scores. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, no extra stuff, no dangles, no deeks. He just kind of shoots, and it goes in. Ilya Samsonov, buddy. I'm sorry, but this was not your game. Jeremy Swayman had himself a night, 28 saves and 30 shots, but Sammy, baby, you can't be letting pucks like that be beating you. And then just a minute into the second period, on the power play, Jake DeBrusk, he has a nice chance, and the rebound pops out onto the side. He makes it 2-1. Okay. Tyler Bertuzzi then makes it 2-2. Nice deflection out in front, assisted by Rielly and Domi, so there you go, Domi continuing his hot streak of assists from Game 2, the beautiful lob in front for Matthews, but this time around it is a setup to Rielly. The shot on, Bertuzzi's in front, it's a 2-2 game with 9 to play, and at this point the building has come alive. Everybody in Toronto saying, yes, we finally beat Swayman again, and it's a tie game. We just gotta hold on. 2-2, keep the momentum, and then Brad Marchand scores. It literally took him 28 seconds to go from Bertuzzi tying at 2-2 to Marchand giving the go-ahead goal. That's his first of the series, and the play starts out with Trent Frederic taking down another one of these Toronto Maple Leafs guys behind the Leafs net. The puck gets fumbled around a little bit, it's centered out to Marchand, and he just has a beautiful, perfect shot. Samsonov, you want to save that one. You don't like letting straight wristers get by you. But man, can you give some credit to Marchand? What a beautiful top cheese short side snipe from the face-off circle. The angle doesn't even look real when you look at the video replay. Marchand then, shortly after, got the empty netter on the power play, so that's all she wrote. 4-2 Boston is the final score. But the stories of this game... Hey, guess what? Auston Matthews, 0 points on the night. Mitch Marner, he had an assist in the opening goal, but that was about it. Marner also had 0 shots, which is noteworthy to some. Auston Matthews only had 3 shots. John Tavares had 3 shots and no points. And when it comes to the power play, this is where things start to fall apart, especially without Willie Styles. The Toronto Maple Leafs went 0 for 5 on the man advantage in this game. And this is one of those reasons where it's like, yeah, oh, the refs are not calling stuff, they're letting things go. Marchand should have went to the box for taking down our guy, and that led to the Frederic goal, and then Frederic himself taking down the other guy behind the net. What's up with that? The Leafs should have been on the power play. They can't convert on the power play. That's the problem. The team can't convert, and Sammy is letting in softies. The two worst parts of a hockey team that can come together at the same time to result in postseason games. The fact is, the Boston Bruins have the upper hand right now. And they were talking about this on the broadcast too afterwards, like, okay, in Game 1 you played Swayman, you won. In Game 2 you played Ullmark, you lost. In Game 3 you played Swayman, you won. What do you do with Game 4? Do you lean Swayman? Do you give it back to him? Or do you go with the system that has been working the entire year? Ullmark, Swayman. This Boston Bruins team has not played the same goalie in consecutive games since February. Ever since March, they've been going back and forth with no exceptions. So now, do you start to think about that? Last year, that was the problem with Boston. They went to Swayman too late. Ullmark was losing it. That's why they lost in the first round, despite breaking whatever record they did last season. So now, you're going with your system. Do you stick with it? Do you give Ullmark the Game 4? Do you give Swayman the Game 4? Do you go with the guy who has given you 2 wins, or do you stick to your guns? As for Toronto, what the hell happens here? Because no Willie Styles, no power play success, your own goalie is giving up softies, and now you're down 2-1 in the series, still at home. Everybody's freaking out about Mitch Marner. Yes, he got the assist on the opening goal, but man, when this guy starts warming up the bus, when he starts going in the offensive zone, that's when he starts to lose it a little bit. The pivots, they're just not there anymore. What's happened here? Was it really just that ankle thing that slowed down Marner that badly? Then there's all the bad blood too. Of course it had to be Marchand, right? Oh yeah, Brad Marchand doing his thing with 2 goals to strike a dagger to the heart of the Maple Leafs. Everybody's talking about Max Domi and his shot at Jeremy Swayman that happened during the commercial break. Everybody's complaining about that. So now, I'm interested in seeing how the Leafs are going to respond. Charlie McAvoy had a really interesting, Batista bomb-like thing on Auston Matthews as well that wasn't called, so that was also a point of contention in this game. But as we had said, the Leafs went 0 for 5 in the power play. What more do they need? Would they have been able to convert on the power play if they got the call on that play? I'm not really too sure. Batista bomb, rock bottom, say whatever you want about that play, but at the end of the day, the Toronto Maple Leafs just are not as good of a hockey team in this series, in this Game 3, as we know they can be. No excuses. You guys are making so much gosh darn money, even without Nylander. You still got $30 million tied up into 3 forwards, and what? Marner gets an assist, that's it. It's Game 3, first game at home, the building should be coming off. I know you're kind of down and out about losing Nylander and him not playing still. But at this point, what are the Leafs going to do? William Nylander may just have to go all Predator Rambo mode and just say, okay, screw it, we're going to go anyway. No matter how hurt he is, this guy might be in a position where he is forced to play, and he's going to like it because he's got no choice. If this team ends up losing, let's say 4-1, 4-2, and Nylander doesn't play a single game, there's going to be a huge what-if that revolves around the 2023-2024 season that might, in a way, hurt the Maple Leafs because it would prevent them from doing anything drastic in the offseason to address changes that they might have. Of course, though, this entire video is just a negative Nancy video talking about Toronto and their faults because they lost again, but if they win Game 4, then everything's gonna change. If it's a tie series, best 2 out of 3 heading back into Boston, then all of a sudden you get your mojo back and you're feeling good heading over to Game 5. The Bruins can be defeated in Boston. You just did that in Game 2. But for now, issues like we had seen in Game 3, Sammy, you gotta be better. Power play's gotta be better. Screw the refs. Everybody knows the refereeing sucks this year. But you can't be using these opportunities to your argument as to why y'all should have won, quote-unquote. You went 0 for 5 in the power play. What more opportunities do you need? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the goals that were scored in this game, the entire process of the Leafs losing to Boston once again, and Brad Marchand being the guy with the licking of the face, just salt in the wound right there. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. 99 and bye.